Commissioners, Terry Bell presiding. Please keep all cell phones off or on vibrate. Please remain standing for a prayer and the pledge to the flag.
I call the Warren County Commission to order, and I'll turn it over to Mr. Scott Rubley for the pledge.
Well, I'm not Scott, but I'll get to take a shot at it.
Be great.
Hey, this evening, Mr. Chairman, we're glad that we've got our preacher from our church, Pearls of Christ. He's our assistant preacher, Mr. Travis Wanamaker, and we want to invite you to come out to our fish supper that'll be coming up the first Saturday in June. We'll be at 4 o'clock, and we'd like for everybody to come. And Travis, if he don't catch enough fish, then Scott, he'll have some for us.
Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come and thy will be done, here on earth as it is in heaven. So, Father, I ask you now to lead these commissioners. I pray your Holy Spirit, Lord, would come and just give them the guidance and instruction that we all need, God. Lord, you said in your word, Lord, that you would send your Spirit, and he would teach us all things. So, Lord, I ask that your Holy Spirit would rest upon each and every one of the commissioners. Lord, they would make the decision that's best for this county. Lord, that we would also reflect to the state that this is a county that stands for our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So I pray that every decision that's made would reflect that, God. And Lord, I pray, God, that Warren County would stand out as a light here in Tennessee, Lord. Lord, we would be a blessing to our state as well. And Lord, we would follow in the ordinances that you've established. And Lord, we ask all these things, and we ask your blessings in the name of Jesus Christ. It's in your precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I'll now turn it over to Mr. Scott Rubley for our pledge.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Tonight we have with us Mr. Brent Nunley and his wife Janet and Tennant. Brent is now a postmaster, but Brent had 2 years of service, and I've got a brief bio to read about his Army service. Brent was Army Sergeant. Brent enlisted in the Army in 1992. He received his basic training in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. After basic training, he was directly stationed to Germany, in Berlin, with the Army Brigade garrison known as the Berlin Brigade, where he served until 1994. After returning to the States in 1994, Brent transitioned to the National Guard, where he served until 2003. Brent left the service in 2003 with ranking E5 Sergeant, and as I said, he now serves as Postmaster of Warren County. And we are grateful for his service in the military and his continued service to the community. And he's a good friend, and he said keep it brief, so that's what I've done. If you don't mind, lead us in the pledge.
All right, we'll do that.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here.
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 Here. Here. Here. Here. Here.
Here. Here. Here.
Here.
Casey Owens.
Here. Here.
Christy Ross.
Here.
Scott Rubley.
Here.
Tommy Savage.
Here.
Donna Smith.
Here.
Philip Stout. Earl Taylor.
Here.
Here.
We have 41 present tonight. We move on to item number 5, the adoption of our docket. Motion to approve. Have a motion, Mr. Bell.
Second.
Have a second by Mr. Hill. Any amendments to the docket? Mr. Rubley.
Mr. Chairman, I have 2 amendments tonight. If you will look on your agenda, Resolution 7, that is actually item 7, which should be changed to resolution number 9. That is, it says, it's stated Resolution 7, item 7. We actually have another 7 which is one of the road amendments, and that needs to be changed to resolution number 9. And then item number 8, if you will look on your desk, you will have a new copy of that, which is GFFY 2425-33. That was updated earlier this afternoon in Budget Finance, and I put that in form of a motion.
All right, got a motion, they got a second from Ms. Christie Ross. Any questions about the amendments to the document? Being none, all those in favor of amending the document, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Passes unanimous. Now we're back on the original docket. Everybody that is for approving our docket tonight, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Passes unanimously. We've now approved our docket for tonight. So if anybody wants to sign up for public comment, that would be the time to see Mr. Hillis sign up. And we'll move on to the reading of the minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion, we accept the minutes as written and dispose of the reading.
I'll second.
I got a motion, Mr. Savage, a second by Mr. England. Any additions or corrections to the minutes? Being none, all those in favor of approving our minutes tonight, say aye. All those opposed? Passes unanimously. We'll move on to our elected official departmental reports. Mr. Levy Glenn, Highway Department first.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the court, you have our financial management report. If there are any questions, I'll try to answer.
Mr. Hal?
Mr. Glenn, obviously, we've been through this last time you was up, and you didn't submit anything other than what Justin submits in his financial report. Obviously, I'd like a little bit more. Can you tell us what roads, or is there a list of roads that's been paved in the last 24 months?
I probably might have that office, yes.
Okay. Do you have a list that of roads that you plan on paving?
Well, that's subject to change. Of course, you always try to plan ahead. What I've always tried to do with the budget and the planning of the work. Of course, like I've said before, Stephen, this is 3 or 4 times you brought this up. You know, I'm elected to run the highway department. I've been here going on 15 years, county commissioner. And this has all come up here late. I don't know why. I manage a budget. I keep a good fund balance. I've never asked the county court for no more money. And I've had a good audit report. To me, how you run your department with your money is very important, and has been important to me. And so that's what I've always done. A lot of highway departments don't give a report. They don't even go to county court meetings. But I do. People elected me to serve this county. That's what I've tried to do. I've been through tornadoes, disasters, floods, worked through Christmas. And here you want me to give you a report, which I never have. And I've told you before, you know, I'm not going to.
Well, Mr. Glenn, I appreciate you being here. I know you do not have to be here, but we as county commissioners do represent the taxpayers. And I know that there's even some commissioners here that are sort of curious about their roads and when they're going to be paved. And so, you know, we're just asking, I'm specifically asking for what roads have been paved, what roads are going to be paved, because some people are curious, you know. And I know of 3 different commissioners, and they may stay nameless at this point, want to know when their roads are going to be paved, and they don't have an answer. Is it on the list? Is it going to be done within this month, next month, this year, next year? You know, and that's just what we're curious about. And as taxpayers, I feel like we have the we should know whether it is or isn't. So there's not a report given, and so I make a motion that we do not accept the report.
Motion on the floor. Can I hear a second to that motion? Are you seconding?
No, sir, I'd like to speak.
I will do that for you. I dispose of this. Is there any second to that motion? Being no second, the motion dies for the lack of a second. Now, Ms. Smith,
Do I have the floor?
you have the floor.
You know, I have sat through the last couple of court meetings, and as a former department head of this county, like Levy is transparent, as are all our department heads. And information that you want, Mr. Helton, and anybody else who wants it, I'm sure would be able to get that provided to you upon request to his office. So that's about all I have to say. Sometimes I feel like some department heads are picked on. And that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Thank you for letting me offer my opinion.
And Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve the report.
All right, I've got a motion, Mr. England, and a second, Mr. Savage. Any more questions?
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Thomas?
I've had some dealings with Mr. Glenn recently. I know over my life, I'm a farmer and we're always messing something up. He comes and puts us into new interest. Every time I've ever had to call for anything, he either calls me right back or just shows up on site and does it without me asking again. So he has an excellent report in my book.
Mr. Rubin?
Mr. Chairman, I'm not upset with Levy. He does a good job. I don't disagree with that. But we have several directors that, as common courtesy, they give us a report. And that's all we've been asking for. And we've been approving a report for probably, I have, over 10 years that doesn't exist. And from now on, I'll be voting no on that. I'm not upset with Levy. He does a good job, but I will not approve a report that we do not receive.
All right, any more discussion?
I do have a quick question, just being one of the new commissioners. I know people have mentioned before in the past, and this is nothing to, it's just respectfully, if it's been going on this long, why are we just bringing it up?
Up to the county commissioner, then direct it toward me.
No, I'm just directing toward whoever wants to answer.
I'll let you answer.
I'll take that that's directed toward me because I am the one bringing it up and have been bringing it up. And I'll also address another message there. I have asked for what roads are going to be paved because there are some people wanting to know if their road's going to be paved. So therefore, that's the reason I keep bringing that up. I brought it up in last meeting. 3 months goes by, we still don't know. To bring that up is I've been a complacent commissioner. I've sat here and just went through the motions. But whenever I get something that says no report, I can't in good faith sit here and say yes to something that's not there. So I took it upon myself to quit saying I am not going to accept or approve a report that's not there. And I don't feel like any other commissioner should approve a report that's not there. Whether he's doing a great job, not a great job, that's irrelevant. There's not a report.
Now I understand I think my point was he's been here 15 years, hasn't been brought up before. Why it's just now coming to is my question. Nothing toward I totally get the report from Rudely and Helton said, but I'm just curious as to why it's been like it's brought up now. It seems like a very long time to go 15 years without giving a report. I don't know if it's 15 or less, and then we bring it up. That's just my question, is why it took so long to be an issue.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
we do have 2.4 million and we have $2,440,000 in contract services this year. It takes about $146,000 to pave the road 18 foot wide. So we've got enough money in our budget this year to do about 17 miles of road, and it will be done. So it just takes time. We don't have our own paving machine. We have to contract it out. So it takes time. I've been on this committee for 27 years. Thank you.
Any more discussion, Mr. Chris Ross?
Thank you. To address Mr. Ribby, I have asked that in the past. I'm not questioning his ability to do his job. I have questioned why there isn't a report when there's supposed to be a report. That's it. I just wanted you to know that somebody has actually asked that.
Any more discussion? Motion to second. Mr. Ellis?
I don't want to speak out of turn of our committee chairman, Mr. Prater, but I just recommend anybody that's got any questions. Our meetings now are the first Tuesday at 4 o'clock at the highway department. If people's got questions, that's the place to come and ask them when we're all sitting there discussing the highway department activities.
It'll be first Tuesday at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
They've set that up at the last meeting. They've done that. So anybody's got questions can come to that meeting and ask him. Any more discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to say something too. Not everybody can make the meetings. I was on the committee for a while and I don't get into town until after 4, sometimes 6 o'clock evening. But anytime I've ever asked Levy about anything, I've got an answer. And it's always been my understanding, because you're the 4th county executive I've served under, that he's under a different jurisdiction as far as the report is concerned. And that's why it's never been an issue. So I think that needs clarifying because obviously Levy feels like he's doing what he needs to be doing. And so we're still in a gray area here. I mean, I'm satisfied with what he presents. I see what he spends, and I know, like Gary says, and partially because I was on that committee for a while, he's always paving somewhere.
Mr. Chairman, also, you can call out there, the number's 2007. It's been that same number for about 20 years. And you can call out there and those ladies can tell you just about anything that you need to know. They run a tight ship out there. And they put their finger on anything that you need to know. Thank you.
Any more discussion? There's no discussion. I'll call for a vote. All those in favor of approving the report, say aye. Aye. All those opposed?
No.
Let's have a roll call vote.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Carl Bolden,
No.
Carleen Brown. Yes. Charles Dodson,
No.
Randy England,
Yes.
Steve Glenn,
Yes.
Stephen Hilton,
No.
Brad Gillis,
Yes.
James Hines,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
No.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Kenny Moffitt,
Yes.
Casey Owens. No. Gary Prater.
No.
Chris Rippey,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
No.
Scott Ruble,
No.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Donna Smith,
Yes.
Cole Taylor,
No.
Blaine Wiltshire.
Yes.
You want to change your vote?
All right, we got 12 yes and 9 no. So the report's approved. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
can I say something?
Yes.
I appreciate everybody that voted for my support here tonight. I've actually been in the operation over 30 years. Over 30 years, going on 31 years. And I've been a part of the main operation. Past superintendent was here. And this is the first time this has ever happened. So, I mean, it looks like I could be a target or something. It makes me feel kind of bad that y'all really don't trust the way I'm running the highway department. If you're considering that's part of it. Because I've had legal advice. I don't have to give a report. We never have. And like Mr. Rippey said, why does it all come up now? You know, I'm honest. I run the highway department like it's my own business. And we've got a lot of new equipment. We've got a lot of stuff. And the thing about it is, you know, I've never asked for no more money. We've been in-house financing. If I wanted something, you know, and it's all about the money. A lot of things about your money, how you manage what you get, how you stay within your budget. To me, financing runs the go, you know. And I've tried to do the very best I could. Of course, these letters here, they still getting a little bigger each time. I don't know who fills it out, you know. Next time, just put a whole full page if you want to, you know. I mean, I'm operating by the law. I'm going by the law. I've had legal advice about this. And y'all that supported me tonight, I appreciate it very much. And thank you that y'all didn't vote for me. If that's y'all's opinion, if that's from your district, that's fine. You know, everybody's got a right to vote, you know, however they want to. But as far as elected road superintendent, it's a big job. You're on call 24/7. I take all the 911 calls, all of them, 12, 1 o'clock, Christmas. And this paper right here, the numbers tells the story, if you ask my opinion, how the highway department has been running efficiently. When we bought the annex building for $150,000, we had money in place that we could buy. And we keep a good fund balance, like I told some of the commissioners. If we had a tornado and we had to have something, would I have to come and ask y'all for $1 million to keep operating? No. Right now, the way it's running, I would have it in my budget, in my rainy day fund. So to me, commissioners, It's all about the money, how you manage it and how you take care of your budget. And thank you very much for your time.
Mr. Chairman, he just gave a report. If he put that down in paper right there, 5 minutes, that's all we're asking for. Thank you for your report.
Now we move on to the sanitation report. Ron Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Johnson's got a very important meeting tonight. He's at a baseball game or a ball game for race. And you need to see, the most detailed report you're going to get on the county level is this report right here. And everybody's had a copy of it to study. And if there's any questions, I'll try my best to answer. If not, we'll put Josh on the hot seat the next time we see him.
You put that in form of a motion.
Yes, sir. In form of a motion.
Second. Yes, second, Mr. Hill. Any questions about the sanitation department report? Anybody got any questions? Being none, all those in favor of approving the report, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, passes unanimously. We'll move on to the sheriff department report, Mr. Jack Teen.
Good evening, everybody. You have my report. Any questions? I'll try to
Make motion approved.
That motion, Mr. England, second from Mr. Helton. Any questions about the sheriff department report?
I should have one. It's not toward the actual budget or anything. I know we had Ryan Sexton, I think, as I think of maintenance. Have we filled his? Did anybody take his place or anything yet?
We got it. We're interviewing for that position.
Any more questions? All in favor of approving the sheriff's report, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, passes unanimously. I'll let Arlene handle the Warren County Schools.
I will, and include my education message too. Tonight, the Warren County School Board is meeting, so Mr. Swallows is not able to attend. On their agenda tonight, they were planning to have their budget ready to go present to their full board. And because of the new model of financing and reimbursement from the state for children, they had some changes, but their chief person, that Mary Jennifer is her name, her brother has passed away and it's got some things held up on their budget process, as well as his grandson was injured and had to go be in Vanderbilt for about a week. So they don't have it tonight. They're going to call a special session in the next, very soon. Hopefully he's hoping in another week with the school board to review their budget, and then a joint session with the Budget and Finance Committee and our Education Committee to go over their budget, so that it will be ready and will have to be presented, included in the June meeting for approval of the budget. So our next meeting will not be until this budget is ready for the education meeting. He said that high school graduation went well, and they are getting ready to start. In the last couple of years, they've called it like summer school for helping kids get caught up and addressing some of their grades that has work on it. But they got a new name for it called the Warren County Acceleration Academy. So that's going to be from June the 2nd to June the 26th. And so that's all I have to report. And did you have anything else?
We just need to make a motion to approve the report.
I make a motion that we approve the Warren County Schools report.
So you have a motion by Ms. Brown and a second by Mr. Prater. Any questions for the Warren County Schools report? Being none, all those in favor of approving the report, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, passes unanimously. We'll move on to item number 5, Mr. Cotton, the finance report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, you have my report. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer at this time.
Move to accept.
Second. Mr. Rubley and the second by Mr. Help. Does anybody have any questions about our finance report you have in your package? Being none, all those in favor of approving the report, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, passes unanimously. We'll move on to item number 8, our committee reports. We'll start with budget finance.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have a meeting scheduled for this Thursday at 10 a.m. That's an unusual time, but it's the only time we could get the entirety of the committee together. And we hope to finish the budget and get a tentative number on the tax levy and consider raises. That'll be this Thursday at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Building grants,
Building grants, has nothing to report at this time.
econ and agriculture.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Each of you should have read the email from Allison Boozer. Thursday, May the 29th at 6 p.m. at the Miller Recreation Center, the 4-H awards, and admission is free to that. Also, Aviation Day, which this is out on the place, but Aviation Day will be at the airport June the 21st. So mark your calendars for that. That also coincides with their third Saturday breakfast as well.
Thank you. Do you have anything else for education, Mr. Brad?
No.
All right, we got that report a few minutes ago. Financial management has nothing to report. Health and welfare.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We did vote to extend the free adoption through the middle of July so that we could, July 10, thanks. July, so that we could meet again and see what we can do. We've kind of reached a point where we're kind of stagnant right now, so we're going to reintroduce that again and see if that helps us. And then also, I know that a lot of people's been asking about the building, and we're working on that. I did contact some people from Habitat. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to build a house this year due to lack of support. And I was hoping maybe we could utilize some of their help, but the county hadn't supported in the last couple of years, so I think they've kind of dispersed right now. So if anyone knows anybody out there that can help with that, it would really help us out.
We met with someone this morning that's giving us a bid back, so we'll see how that comes. Mr. Prager, Highway Bridge,
We have nothing to report at this time.
policy personnel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We met on May the 1st, and we got reports from the Codes Department and the Judicial Commissioners. Our next meeting will be June the 5th, Thursday, June the 5th, and it will be at Meals on Wheels. And seating is limited, and she said that we would have some little finger food or something, and she wants to show us all around the place. So anybody wants to come, you might want to check first, because she said seating is limited, just a limited amount of people. Seating at the table is like 12, and of course if anybody wants to stand, they could probably come too. But it'll be June 5th. Thank you.
Safety.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At this time, our EMS and our sanitation department doing really good. The EMA is making some leaps and bounds, trying to get caught up. There's still a lot of hard work to go, but Jason is doing a good job getting us in that right direction. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I'd like to advise Mr. Sanders, you can't limit people to come to that meeting because it's a public meeting.
Talk about sitting.
Yeah.
Sitting,
Yeah.
you can stand.
All right. County Correctional Partnership.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Today, we have 239 inmates. We have 41 female, 198 males, and 13 TDOC. Just to give you a little update, we are in the process of getting our flock system set up for the county. They're getting permits acquired right now, and when we get that going, there'll be a very good thing for the county, and that'll help us out tremendously. So if you see, when we start the process of this, you see a little work in your area, that's what that's about. Okay?
Legislative.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have nothing to report at this time.
We'll move on to item number 9. Do we have any public comment signed? No one signed up for public comment. We'll move right on into new business. Mr. Scott Rubley, the tax aggregate.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is the tax aggregate for the 2023 year. We have to approve this every year. We usually a year behind. That's the way it works. It passed both committees unanimously, and I so moved.
Motion. Got a second, Mr. Hillis. Anybody have any question about the tax aggregate? Being no questions, I'll ask clerk to call the roll.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Carl Bolden,
Yes.
Carly Brown,
Yes.
Charles Dodson,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Steve Glenn,
Yes.
Stephen Hilton,
Yes.
Brad Hillis,
Yes.
James Hines,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Kenny Moffitt,
Yes.
Tracy Owens,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Chris Reapy,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Donna Smith,
Yes.
Cole Taylor,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change their vote?
All right, item number one passes 21-0. We'll move on to item number two, Mr. Ripley, the Goodwin County email contract.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is the contract for the county emails that you all receive. This one is for 3 years, which is $11,755.60 annually, and I so move.
Got a motion by Mr. Rubley, second by Mr. Savage. Any questions about the county email Goodwin contract?
Got a quick question.
Yes.
Does this have anything to do with storage space? Because I know I have asked a few times about having minutes dropped into a drive, and I actually talked to Justin about having those dropped into a Google Drive. Does this include some of that extra storage space?
It's on the county website. Yeah, it does include storage, as it is. Everybody who has an email account, county has so much storage, and we have several that have additional storage. Yes, those are included. But like what he said, we did talk about that. We should have that drive set up. There should be a live link on the county commission site for committee minutes. They are actually in with the commission minutes.
That would be great if we could. I don't know that we got an email letting us know that it was live.
But it's there. There may not be an email go out, but it's there.
All right, thanks.
Last clerk, call the roll.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Carl Bolden,
Yes.
Charlie Brown,
Yes.
Charles Dodson,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Steve Glenn,
Yes.
Stephen Hilton,
Yes.
Brad Hillis,
Yes.
James Hines,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Kenny Moffitt,
Yes.
Tracy Owens,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Chris Reapy,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Donna Smith,
Yes.
Cole Taylor,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change their vote? Yes.
Item number two passes 21-0. We'll move on to item number three, Mr. Gary Prater, speed limit on Gribble Road.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a resolution to fix the maximum speed limit on Gribble Road in Warren County, Tennessee, from 55 to 35. It's not really been posted, so 55 pretty much was the speed limit. So we're going to change that down to 35 miles. Thank you.
Form of motion.
Yes, I did.
Need a second by Mr. England, and this did pass Highway Bridge unanimously. So anybody got any questions?
I do have a question. If there's other roads, such as Chestnut Grove Road, which I think all about, what's the process of getting the speed limit posted like this?
Come to a meeting.
Come to the Highway Bridge meeting, and then Mr. William probably have to do it. Goes on. This is the procedure. Any more questions?
Was this road 55 mile an hour? I thought the county roads, most of them were 45.
If they're not posted, they're 55. Anything that's not posted is 55 miles an hour.
Any more questions?
Mr. Chairman, just a footnote here. If we pass this tonight, we're hoping that we can get with Sheriff Matheny and his flashing sign, the speed limit sign, to put it on that road to start to let people know that is 35.
So, any more questions? Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Carl Bolden,
Yes.
Charlie Brown,
Yes.
Charles Dodson,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Steve Glenn,
Yes.
Stephen Hilton,
Yes.
Brad Hillis,
Yes.
James Hines,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Kenny Moffitt,
Yes.
Tracy Owens,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Chris Reapy,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Donna Smith, Smith,
Yes.
Cole Taylor,
Yes.
Lane Wilcher.
Yes.
Anyone want to change your vote?
Number 3 passes 21-0. We'll move on to item number 4, Mr. Prater.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a resolution to take Hitchcock Drive off of the county road list. I think it's right off of French's Ferry, might be Chapel Road somewhere in our Rock Island area. And we voted and it passed to take it off. Thank you.
Motion. I'll make that motion. There is a motion by Mr. Bell, second by Mr. England. Anybody have any questions about taking the road off the road list? Being none, I'll ask clerk to call the roll.
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Charlie Brown,
Yes.
Charles Dodson,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Steve Glenn,
Yes.
Stephen Hilton,
Yes.
Brad Hillis,
Yes.
James Hines,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Kenny Moffitt,
Yes.
Casey Owens,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Chris Reapy,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Donna Smith,
Yes.
Cole Taylor,
Yes.
Lane Wilcher.
Yes.
Anyone want to change your vote?
Item number 4 passes 21-0. We'll move on to item number 5, the Health Department appropriation amendment. Probably, I think you need to explain that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is an amendment to the original appropriation memo we did when we started the health department construction project. Due to the changing nature of the grant, where we can give additional funds, and the timeline surrounding those funds, complicated by the interest rate changing, I think it's in the county's best interest for us to change the way we're going to pay those funds back. Previously, we had said we would pay them back once the county was reimbursed. So the money, when the money came into debt service, we would then pay the lender back. I think it's in the better interest of the county to pay the lender back within 10 days of borrowing the funds out of debt service. Since we do have a bit of a surplus there, we had budgeted to pay it all back this year anyway. So this just is changing the way we are paying it and increasing the total outlay by $1.4 million.
Motion approved.
A motion, Mr. Green, with the second from Mr. Taylor. Any questions about the Health Department appropriation amendment?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
since I do have a conflict of interest, I have a family member that would work on this deal, and I think I will abstain on this vote.
All right, it'll be noted when we ask if any more questions. I'll ask clerk to call the roll.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Carl Bolden,
Yes.
Yes.
Charles Dodson,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Steve Glenn,
Yes.
Stephen Hilton,
Yes.
Brad Hillis,
Yes.
James Hines,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Kenny Moffitt,
Yes.
Casey Owens,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Chris Rippey,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Abstain.
Donna Smith,
Yes.
Cole Taylor,
Yes.
Lane Wilcher.
Yes.
Anyone want to change your vote? 19 yes, one abstain.
So that's it. Item number 5 passes 20 and 1 abstain. We'll move on to item number 6, which is a lease agreement for the schools for a postage meter. It's a five-year lease is the reason it's coming before the county commission. Do I hear a motion to approve? Motion, Mr. England, second, Mr. Savage. Anybody have any questions about the postage meter contract? Being none, I'll ask clerk to call the roll.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Carl Bolden,
Yes.
Carly Brown,
Yes.
Charles Dodson,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Steve Glenn,
Yes.
Stephen Hilton,
Yes.
Brad Hillis,
Yes.
James Hines,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Kenny Moffitt,
Yes.
Casey Owens,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Chris Ruby,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Donna Smith,
Yes.
Cole Taylor,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change your vote?
Item number 6 passes 21-0. Item number 7 is resolution number 9. The federal programs, the word that they approved without us going over. That's correct. That's the resolution that we got for us. We generally do this nearly every year because all the federal programs can't be changed. I hear a motion.
Motion approved.
Got a motion, Mr. Rubin, second, Ms. Ricky. Anybody got any questions about the resolution? Being none, I'll let the clerk call the roll.
Mike Bill,
Yes.
Tommy Walden,
Yes.
Carly Brown,
Yes.
Charles Dodson,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Stephen Hilton,
Yes.
Brad Hillis,
Yes.
James Hines,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Kenny Moffitt,
Yes.
Casey Owens,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Chris Rippey,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Donna Smith,
Yes.
Cole Taylor,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change your vote?
Item number 7, resolution number 9 passes 21-0. We'll move on to item number 8, general fund amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a three-part amendment for Brad Price, who runs our drug court program. He needs to move $580 within 53900 to pay for a software that's previously being covered by the state. 54710 is a correction of error made last month. Should have been 322 instead of 355. That was an amendment number 30. And then he has had some unexpected problems with his security system. He had to have some service calls and some repairs done on it. They need to move $1,000 into 5559. All this money that's currently appropriated, and all of it is direct funding except for 53900. But those are our county funds, and he's not asking for new money, just a new line.
Make a motion approved.
We've got a motion, Mr. Rippey, to approve. Do I hear a second? Second. Mr. Dodson, second. Anybody got any questions about this general fund amendment? Being none, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Mike Bill,
Yes.
Carl Golden,
Yes.
Carly Brown,
Yes.
Charles Dodson,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Steve Quinn,
Yes.
Stephen Hilton,
Yes.
Brad Hillis,
Yes.
James Hines,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Kenny Moffitt,
Yes.
Casey Owens,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Chris Rippey,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Donna Smith,
Yes.
Cole Taylor,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change your vote?
Item number 8 passes 21-0. We'll move on to item number 9, which is a amendment to the ambulance fund budget. It is a reimbursement for some of the training that the employees get, and this will be employee salaries. Yes.
Motion approved.
Got a motion, Mr. Brown, second from Mr. Moffitt. Any question about this? This is reimbursement from the state. That's what it is. Any questions? Being none, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Mike Bill,
Yes.
Carl Golden,
Yes.
Carly Brown,
Yes.
Charles Dodson,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Steve Quinn,
Yes.
Stephen Hilton,
Yes.
Brad Hillis,
Yes.
James Hines,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Kenny Moffitt,
Yes.
Casey Owens,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Chris Rippey,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Donna Smith,
Yes.
Cole Taylor,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change your vote?
Item number 9 passes 21-0. We'll move on to item number 10, which is a budget amendment for EMA, which is actually in the ambulance fund budget. And Mr. Ellis, you'll come and explain exactly what we're gonna do with this month?
We have, since we rearranged the structure of how that particular director is paid, there is some money left in this budget year to purchase a piece of software that will alert the citizens through a text message whenever we are going to open an emergency shelter, or there is some kind of a weather-related event or a traffic related event. I've talked to some folks at the sheriff's department. We've had some issues in some of the country roads where we've had to close them because of a car accident. It's been really difficult to reroute people because they didn't know until they drove right up on it. We can tell them ahead of time. It also organizes any of our resources that we have for any kind of emergency, whether it be an ambulance, a chainsaw. It doesn't matter what it is, it's categorized. It organizes that as well. It also overlays a map of the entire county. If there is a storm or disaster of any sort, the public can go onto that map, and if they've got trees down or power outage or whatever it may be, they can put a pin on that map. Myself or any of the utilities or whoever signs on this thing can see where all that's happening in real time. It allows us to respond to an emergency. The actual software itself is $8,500 for the first year. That's to set it up, but it's only $1,200 to maintain it every year after that. Most of the other systems that will let us alert people and communicate with folks and organize these things is anywhere from $4,500 to $7,500 per year. And this is basically the only company that makes this particular piece of software that does multiple different things all in one package. So I had asked the committee, and they approved for us to purchase that on what's left of this year's budget going into next year. So then the budget passes through the full court. It will be the first time in a while that department's actually had some money to work with, rather than taking that much right off of that top, right out of us. We thought it'd be best to use some of this leftover money. There's about $12,000 left that will be unused from the salary line. This would use $8,500. So you still have $3,500 get turned back in anyway. Just it's something to take advantage of now, not have to roll that on that. There are some, with the shelter and the storms, and of course everybody's seen what happened over the weekend in Kentucky. Here in this area, we were in the enhanced orange section, same as London and the other communities up in Kentucky. At 6 o'clock Friday night, tornadoes was very low. At 7:30, tornadoes warnings went out all over the state. And Saturday morning, 28 people in 3 states were dead. That's how these storms are different now than they have been in the past in some instances. When everybody gets the alert from the iPod system, it goes through 911 and your phone starts screaming and wakes you up in the middle of the night and says, get to shelter, you've got about 10, 15 minutes. This will send a text message out to folks that subscribe to it that the shelter is going to be open hours before the storm's expected to hit. We can post things on Facebook and things of that nature. We want to, but everybody can get a text message. Not everybody's on Facebook. It's a Friday or Saturday night, folks are watching Netflix and streaming something on Amazon. Danielle Breezy's not interrupting that show to let you know there's a storm coming. But everybody's usually got their phone laying right there. So I think this would be a good way to let people know what's going on. We're not going to use it for everything, for chili supper or whatever other event may be going on. Things that the public needs to know safety-wise. That's what this will be used for, and to inventory and to track and all this stuff, resources, what we do have and what we don't have. We'll be able to see that in real time with this software. So that's where this
This is just trying to inform the public what we do have this extra.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
I move to approve.
Second, Mr. Savage, anybody else have any more questions?
You said everybody who subscribes to it will get a text message. Do you have to pay for it?
No, there's no pay for it. There's no personal information. There will be a link on the county's website. Folks can go to that link and they can sign up for an SMS message and put in their phone number, which is basically the technical term for a text message. And whenever we send one out, they'll get the text message.
Okay, so this money is left over in this year's budget, so it's an appropriate thing to spend it for. But has there been discussion in your budget meetings Jason thankfully has stepped into this job and doing a great job. But this was a full-time position. Are we not going to do that again? Have another full-time director?
Well, the salary, and we have appropriated for a full-time director. The other people that were not interested in that, the salary needed about double for a full-time person.
So I guess the answer is no.
Well, and technically, because we're just this is the trial period right here to see what we are getting some response out of what we're doing in EMA.
Oh, I totally agree, but there's so much involved in EMA in other counties, and I feel like it still could be a full-time position.
It may be, once we see what.
But I know this money is here, it's gone, and it's time to use it, and it's certainly an initial investment, and I think you said $1,200 after that. So it's a good program, but I was just wondering if there was still discussion to replace that position.
Yeah, and I guess we addressed it, but we had obviously some County Powers Act that sort of overshadowed what the committee done a month or so ago. In committee, we actually put Jason as the interim director for a year. And we're going to revisit it. We're going to allow him to sort of build the program up. And then we'll revisit it to determine at the time, after a year, whether or not we decide that we want to add some money to the budget for a full-time position or not. We'll allow him to sort of work on the shelters, work on some of this stuff, and really build it, develop that program.
He is the director, not the staff.
My apologies.
Mr. Mott.
So my question is, in regards to, I think Jason's doing a fantastic job. You mentioned that the salary wasn't there to support that, and the people wouldn't accept that job. Were the people that applied actually interviewed and offered a job?
When they tell me they won't work for that money, that pretty much is the interview.
So you talked to both of them, and they did say that they would not work for that money?
No, $38,000. No.
Okay.
I do want to add something real quick. I mean, Jason wants to stand up here, but going back to and everybody knows the seriousness of what he did as far as opening up the center. The good thing about the phone thing, and I can't remember what county it was in a different state that sort of has something like this, is there are a lot of parents who are disabled, can't work with their kids have phones. So this right here, I think, is going to be a good thing to add, because a lot of times the kids will get it and may text their friends and say, hey, there's a storm coming. So it's going to be a good thing. And it's money wise, it's not much, but when you talk about the safety of people, I don't want 28 lives lost in Warren County. So I feel like it's a good thing. So I appreciate you looking into that.
And this does do what about 3 other pieces of software will do. This particular company is the only one that rolls this into one interface and one system. See, it was the better value. The cheapest thing that we could, the cheapest quote that I got for just the text alerts, in fact, was $4,500 a year. There was one that does some other stuff with the community, like calendars and different events and things that other people would have to manage. That was about $7,500 a year. It did not inventory any of our emergency resources. It did not provide any maps or interactive maps that the community could use to, if you have an emergency and there's a lot of trees down in a particular area and you're trying to call, it may be busy for a while, because everybody else around you's got power outage, trees down, things of that nature. They can go right to this map and put a dot on that map, and we can see that right away, whether they call it or not. It's pretty neat system.
All right, we got a motion and a second on the floor. I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Carl Bolden,
Yes.
Carly Brown,
Yes.
Charles Johnson,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Steve Glenn,
Yes.
Stephen Hilton,
Yes.
Brad Hillis,
Yes.
James Hines,
No.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Kenny Moffitt,
Yes.
Casey Owens,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Chris Rippey,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Donna Smith, Cole Taylor,
Yes.
Lane Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change your vote?
Item number 10 passes 20-1. We'll move on to item number 11.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Highway amendment to transfer funds primarily into other contract services for paving, but also to transfer some money in to cover HRA costs.
Make a motion for.
We have a motion, Mr. England, your second. The second, Mr. Wiltshire. Any questions about the amendment? Being none, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Michael Bell,
Yes.
Carl Bolden,
Yes.
Carly Brown,
Yes.
Charles Johnson,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Steve Glenn,
Yes.
Stephen Hilton,
Yes.
Brad Hillis,
Yes.
James Hines,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Kenny Moffitt,
Yes.
Casey Owens,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
Chris Rippey,
Yes.
Christie Ross,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Donna Smith,
Yes.
Cole Taylor,
Yes.
Lane Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change your vote?
Passes 21-0. Now we'll move on to the approval of the notice.
This is the list of notaries. Terry Belfus, Connie Mann, Tasha Hammond, David Johnson, Jessica Johnson, Ron Staton Jr., Tabitha Sullivan, Jeannie Boyd, Lolita M. Burke, Patricia M. Phillips, Sheila D. Scott, and Pamela Rowland.
Motion approved.
Got a motion, second by Mr. Dodson. Any questions about the notice? All those in favor of approving the notice, say aye. All those opposed? Passes unanimously. We move down to under announcements. We are about to order first fuel at our fuel island. We still like getting the security system in, and everything else is ready to go, so I'm working on that paperwork. Hopefully by the first of next week, we'll actually be able to start implementing using the fuel island that we purchased. We also have on your desk, I hate to bring this up, but Ms. Casey Owens will not be at our next meeting next month. She has turned in a letter of resignation. She's moving out of the district. And we just want to take this time to thank Casey for the dedication and the commitment you made for the county commission. We really appreciate it. Appreciate you. And we will be voting on it. We can't accept her resignation until she'll actually be part of the commission agenda as well. So,
Executive Bell, can we make sure that that Casey doing this is not a late April Fool's joke before we?
yeah. Maybe it is. Maybe she's just joking with us.
She's been a good one.
Now we'll move on. This is going to help special presentation.
Good evening, guys. How are y'all? Been here sitting here for a few minutes. I'm not going to take much of your time, but I wanted to share a couple of things with you guys in regards to the senior center. I have two videos, so I'm going to go in two parts. Okay. The first thing that I want to go over is why I'm showing you this video is there is 219 senior centers in the state of Tennessee. And our center was chosen to share a little light on what a congregate meal site is. to give you a little insight, since we've had the pleasure of moving out to our wonderful and new and beautiful location from July, we actually opened July 8th through today's meal, we have served 22,090 congregate meals in our center, which I think is amazing. We have also offered since July 8th last year through current today, and I mean that is as current as 4:35 this afternoon when I run these reports. We've offered 109,525 unduplicated services. That means that it's unduplicated. They may have came in for insurance, they may have came in for a meal, they may have came in for a computer class, they could have come in for exercise. But out of that time, that's what we've offered. And without the support of you guys and Executive Bell, we would not be able to do this. We would not be able to give this to senior center or to seniors here in our county. Guys, we are the top center in the state of Tennessee. We offer more congregate meals, and we have served more congregate than any other senior center in the state of Tennessee. We are the top for services offered to seniors. So I just wanted to share this video. They chose us for the Middle Tennessee area about the importance of a congregate meal. I did want, some of you may have seen this. I know Christy has seen this. Guys, we are a lot. They are using us, our center, our county, as the pilot for the state and what senior center should be. I have been there, will be 6 years in July. When I started out at the center, we had 453 members. We have 2,333 members today. That's the lives that we're changing. So I want to share this video with you, and then I am going to go over the next thing of why we've been chosen. So Jason, do you care to share that video?
It's almost like having Sunday lunch, with people from your church. It gives you a warm feeling to have lunch with folks, it really does. October this brings them together so they can socialize and talk about and eat different types of foods and good nutritional foods. It's life changing for them.
I was 70 when I retired, and I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't found a place like this to come. I was already getting tired of sitting in the house all the time in the winter time. You can't get out and do that.
48% of the people that eat my meals or eat the meals here, that's their only hot meal of the day. That's it. So we're getting to at least make sure that they get hot meals on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
We don't come just to eat. We come to socialize. We love the people here, and of course the food is just a plus. We like that too. It's always great, and we just, it's just it's the highlight of every week.
My wife wanted me to come, I told her I'll go sign up, and I probably want to go back. Well, I haven't missed 10 days probably here.
Words can't express that. It's an emotional thing. It's all for them. I pour a lot into my job. I love what I do. And it's important that we do all that we can for seniors. I'm an advocate for my members, and so it's just amazing. I just encourage anybody to see. It's a dream come true, what it is.
Some people get it in their mind that you got to be old, you got to be sickly, you got to be feeble to be in the senior center. That's not true at all. It's for people who have retired and they want to do than to sit home,
What y'all think about that? Ain't that awesome? I was proud whenever they viewed this. Last count, it was over 12,000 views, which is, to me, that's a lot because when you work with senior citizens and it's went across to other senior centers. So I was pretty passionate about it. So, but the next thing I wanted to talk to you in regards to is you have this wonderful, beautiful, colorful packet in front of you. If you'll take a look at it, I want to go over something with you. Our center was also chosen for the Middle Tennessee area by our First Lady of Tennessee, Miss Marie Lee, has chosen our center for her Tennessee Kids Serve Summer Challenge. This is for children kindergarten through upcoming kindergarten through 6th grade. And the Tennessee Serves program is for students to get out and volunteer in the community. I have attached different things inside this packet. We're going to go over it. We were chosen for her to come to our center, and she's going to be there on June the 9th. This is your special invitation. This is an invitation-only event. It's not open to the public. So you have to, if you're interested in coming, I would love for every one of you guys to be there, and you can bring a guest. If you have grandchildren or children, anybody that you would like to invite, I would love for you to bring them. But the First Lady will be there on June the 9th. Tentative arrival time for her is around 11. I have worked with, of course, Sheriff Matheny and Chief Mosley, and I think he's a captain. Is he a captain, Ben Cantrell? Ben Cantrell. They are working with security in the Highway Patrol Department to keep her safe. Because out at the mall, we've got numerous exits, so you will see a lot of law enforcement out there for that day. But on this day, we are inviting students to come out and volunteer their time to work with senior citizens. And it may be handing out silverware. It could be helping pour drinks or helping seniors get to their tables with their plates. So that day, that is their challenge, is to come out and work that day. But also, the First Lady is partnering with Samaritan's Feet. Every senior citizen that's there that day is going to receive a new pair of shoes. We have, at this point, we have already ordered 237 pairs of shoes, which is great for our members. They are going to be a slip-proof shoe. I've seen them. They're great. I've been working with the First Lady's office for this event. Of course, they say Warren County rolls out the red carpet, and that's what I want to do. I would love to see as much representation of elected officials as possible out there that day. I understand if you can only come for lunch, I'll take you for your 5 minutes, or I'll take you the whole entire time. But I just wanted to pass this along to you. Of course, Dr. Swallows, the Department of Education, works with his office in making sure that this goes out. Some of you may have seen this and you may not, but you were the first ones to receive an invite for this event. But if you want to, you can go through. I also attached volunteers that afternoon. If anybody, the shoe event will happen after lunch. So if any of you can give me some of your time, even if it's helping direct, give stickers out, because everybody will have a sticker on that day to be able to access the door. But if any of you could stay and help me that day, I would love it. It would be great. Of course, you know, volunteers, we're the state of the volunteers, right? Also, this has got the QPR code. So if you would like to share this with anybody in your area, your community, I would appreciate it. The more children, the better. It's the QPR code. They have to be registered. I've also attached that in Spanish. We do have several students in our school system that are Spanish speaking, but they speak English, but their parents may need it in Spanish. So I made sure that we got that. But the next packet on there tells you about the summer program and what they can do out in the community. How many of you got ball clubs out? I know Midway's got a ball field. Morrison's got ball field. Centertown, do they have ball field still? So they can actually volunteer and do different things with all kinds of stuff. So I wanted to make sure that I offered this. So the next video is going to show you what happens after, because if these students go in and they complete this challenge, they get to go to the governor's mansion. And that's what I'd love to fill it up with Warren County, but that's just me. Go ahead, Jason, if you don't care.
Well, we were so excited that you chose to participate and serve other people this summer. It means so much to people when they are seen and they feel cared for. That's what you did this summer.
Serving others is important in my eyes because it helps others feel appreciated.
Some people don't have like access to all the things that we have, so sometimes it's just good out. It's for that. Whenever we serve other people, it makes them more happy.
What was your favorite way you served this summer?
I like getting new stuff for the little girl. Yeah, me too. And school. We got her a backpack and a lunchbox.
The governor and I, and from my team, we all want to say thank you for serving. We're so proud of you. And we just encourage you to keep doing it. Don't stop serving.
In our county, we have numerous ways that they can volunteer, whether it be in any other nonprofit, but they can check off. There's just a simple thing that they turn in the hours that they give. And then that's all I got. But if you're interested in coming that day, I would greatly appreciate anybody. If you've got a guest, you're more than welcome to bring a guest that day. I'm going to feed you. I may put you to work, but I'll feed you. Okay? So if you think that you may want to come that day, I need to know by Friday, if at all possible, because for security purposes, and I have to turn in the names of people that would like to attend. If you've got children or know of any children that would like to register, just scan this QPR code. And then if you need any help from there, I'll be more than happy to help sign up anybody who would like to. But thank you for your time.
Thank you. Jason, if you would pull up the email, we've had some commissioners question about they're getting their notices, and I want to make sure everybody understands. We've actually changed how you would, some of the wording when you get your notice. It had a click here button on the bottom, and we changed that to unsubscribe. Subscribe notice. Can you see that?
No.
It says click here. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that will change, or did they not change it? It's already changed. It actually says unsubscribe now. So we want to make sure everybody understands that.
This is what it looks like now. Everybody got a meeting earlier today.
And for some people they're saying there's no attachment to it. Scroll back down. You have to click on budget and finance, just like to get the actual agenda. Can you do that, Jason? No.
It's not live. It's not online.
Oh, okay. He's not online. But anyway, you have to click on whatever page that is to actually get your agenda. I just want everybody to know that. I figure there's some people out there in the public who needs to know that too. He'll go in an email so he can see it live. Yeah.
Well, after I looked do it that first time, I went back again and it was gone. Every time I didn't know it, it come up with a blank page. So, but she resent it today.
It's okay. We have had some issues, but I wanted to clarify if anybody's got any questions. But once you unsubscribe, if you hit that button down there, unsubscribe, he has to re-sign you up and they have to send it back in.
I did unsubscribe because I was getting some committee members making, I wasn't getting budget and finance, but I get econ and that. I get one part, but I don't get budget and finance, I just want to get something. So I get email from everybody in the country.
Speak to that, what may be happening there. And Revise is going to try to fix this, but at certain times of the month, Emily may get 4 different meeting notices that day. May not be on the same day.
Don't learn like that either. I know what you're talking.
But if she sends out one for budget and finance at 9 o'clock that morning for next week, and then at 11 o'clock, policy and personnel's got one 3 days from now, you're still going to have the one email. It's going to give you a new one. It'll say no reply. But when you open it, That what happened to that budget finance. If you'll scroll down, those blue hyperlinks, every one of them will be there. You won't get an actual separate email unless it's the next day and there's a new meeting posted. Then you'll get a brand new email. If there's 2 or 3 or 4 or 50 meetings posted in that 24-hour period, it's going to link with that original email. You'll have to open that and then scroll down to the various meetings. So you may get one later on that afternoon for county corrections. Well, wait a minute, what happened to that budget finance meeting? I looked at it this morning because it's got the email at 9 o'clock. It's there. They're stacked on top of each other. If you'll notice, you can open those emails up and there's multiple. So sometimes you may think, well, I didn't get this one or that one, but you got one for Econ and Ag. But if you look on down, there's others there. It's weird, I know, and they're trying to fix that. Right now, that's how their system works. We need to try to do the best we can because that's saving us about $26,000 a year to use this versus what we were doing.
All right. Anybody else have any more announcements?
I got one, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
8 o'clock Monday morning at the airport memorial service. Let's all the commissioners begin to show up, represent. A lot of commissioners come every year.
Yes.
The veterans appreciate it, and I know families of fallen appreciate it.
Sure do.
I do have one. June 14th, I'm having the Phillips Prayer Memorial Steak and Chicken and a wing and rib contest cook-off out there. Everybody needs to come and support that. Yeah, it's barbecue. Probably next year, we're going to probably move it to the 3-Star Mall.
Anybody else have any more announcements?
Mr. Chairman. I'll take this second. I wish I would have said something earlier during the discussion, and I didn't do it, but after Mr. Glenn's comments earlier, I want everybody to realize something. I don't think nobody here is trying to test his ability of what he does in his job or how he runs his department. But I know all directors here, whether you're hired or elected, we all go above and beyond at times to do things that we're not supposed to do, or let me back up. No, not supposed to, don't have to do. Thank you. I didn't mean to say it like that. Yeah, we don't have to do. But we all go above and beyond to do things like that we don't have to do. I think it just boils down to, it's just a common courtesy. We're all here together to try to do things for the best way of Warren County and to work together with each director, hired or elected, as commissioners, and vice versa with us. I think it just goes back to that. I know it's been mentioned several times, and he gave a really good report at the end of his talk right there. He gave a great report. And so he sits back here. He has enough time to sit back here while we're going through everything else to jot something down on a piece of paper, just to be a common courtesy. I think it just all goes back to we're a team. Everybody work together. I think that's what it boils down to, and I just wanted to say that. I wanted to say it earlier and I just didn't do it, but after his comments, I just wanted to let everybody know we're not justifying what he does or don't do in his office. We're just asking for a simple, little, easy, something that we can give the taxpayers, because some people don't know, but it's amazing that the people that listen and that watch these things, or listen to them on the radio and actually watch these things, and just a little something can give the taxpayers just a little bit of notification of what might be going on, or hey, they may be getting the road paved, who knows?
Well, everybody knows you're real quiet, and you probably just didn't have enough nerve.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I have a motion to do adjourn.
I got a motion, I hear a second. Got a second, Mr. Dodson, all in favor, say aye.